All right, welcome back, everyone, to the Longevity and Fitness series by the one and only Tone Vase. Man, what a beautiful, beautiful morning. I had such a good night of sleep. I had such a good night of sleep, I didn't even check my sleep stats. And I just realized it as I'm about to talk about my sleep from last night, and I don't even know what it looks like. So we could look at it together. I do want to show you guys my sleep stats. I want to see my sleep stats. I should have prepared a little better. I wasn't in a rush to do the morning video. It's also very dark and rainy out and kind of chilly outside, even though I'm on a Caribbean island. So going outside for the sunrise, there was no sunrise. I went outside for like a minute or two. I was freezing. I'm like, what? I'm gonna go back inside. Man, life is great. Wow. Yesterday's stream was absolutely awesome. I could not believe how skinny I was yesterday. We're going to talk about how much weight I already put on in 24 hours, and I have not eaten yet. I've had, man, I don't even know where to begin. You know what? I know the lighting isn't good. I put on 5 pounds from drinking water and bone broth. So here is what I ate. You know what? I'm gonna write it down. I'm gonna go to screen share. Um, by the way, I finally put a link to this document up. I'll show you. Entire screen. Yeah, we can do it. The screen. Yeah. That's not how I want to do it, like that. So I finally put a link to this document in the video description. It's just my notes, and this will always keep changing. So just be aware that this notes will keep changing. In the future, I will do a video about true age, and this summer when I do a stool test, I'll bring you a video about the stool test, and at some point I'll do the Dutch test. So I haven't done these yet. I did true age, but I don't understand the results yet. I have a long way to go, a lot more research to do. So real quick on the notes, I'm not sure what that is actually. Oh, these were my questions to Dr. Dunning. So yesterday, here's everything that went down my throat yesterday. So, um, day one, dry fast exit. I also want notes for myself because I'm going to make a whole document on dry fasting. So what did I do? So it was water with a little electrolytes, coconut water. Then around 11 a.m., this is morning, then I followed the rules. Around 11:30 a.m., I did pure bone broth. And I'll put my recipe in here as well. My bone broth recipe that I said. So bone broth, just the liquid. I need to be very clear. Just the liquid. Then took my friend to the airport, and after that, around maybe 2 p.m., more bone broth, just the liquid. Okay, and there was water in between. Like, I'm just not gonna write that down. Very small sips, no gulps of water. I should put that in here. Drink very slowly, like one sip every 5 minutes. Something like that. In the beginning, right? After that, you're okay. Then, around 3 p.m., 4 p.m., more bone broth, but with, I think I put 2 egg yolks and one small avocado. Cut up, added to bone broth. And then in the evening, my last meal was around 6:30 p.m. And this one, again, more bone broth, but with 3 egg yolks, um, and avocado. And this time, maybe 5 small cubes, like we're talking very small, cubes of liver added to bone broth. I really wanted the most. Um, so these 3 things: liver, avocado, and egg yolks, are 3 of the most nutrient dense, soft food that barely requires chewing. The only 2 things I would put in the same category of incredibly nutritious food that doesn't require chewing would be oysters and uh, caviar. Salmon roe is the cheapest because black caviar is expensive as hell. I don't have either of the access to either of those, but if I did, I would also add. I would also eat a little bit of salmon roe, and I would eat a couple of oysters. Maybe not on the first day, but I would love to go find an oyster right now and eat that because that would completely refill my nutrition. So that was all my food yesterday. Today, Today, it's so far is just the water. Water with the little electrolytes, drinking slowly. And after this podcast is over, I already have the bone broth reheating. And I will put the egg yolks and I'll probably put a little bit of liver. I'm going to have the same meal again. This is going to be my meal. This is literally my only food this morning and this afternoon. And then in the evening, I will be at a restaurant and I'm going to order the oxtail and I'll see how that is. But I'm going to eat the bone broth with the liver and the egg yolk and the avocado right before I go to the restaurant. Because if that oxtail dish comes out and I don't like it, or it's a little too hard and requires a lot of chewing of the meat, I'm going to just, not eat it, but I won't be hungry. So that's basically my plan. That's basically my plan for the day. Now, we're gonna talk about this. I'm not ready to discuss this yet because I haven't. You know what? Sleep stats. I am gonna give you a teaser though. We're gonna talk about this tomorrow. I'm definitely gonna do a video tomorrow because there's a couple of things we need to discuss. My blood work came in. So I actually read this blood work at 4 o'clock in the morning because I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning and I felt like I got so much sleep that I didn't. I wanted something to do. So I'm like, oh shit, I got an email. Again, I'm breaking my rules. I'm bringing my phone into my bedroom, which I should not be doing. But I read this report at like 4:30 in the morning, and then I actually ended up going back to sleep afterwards. And this is my blood report with the doctor's notes on my blood. The doctor was very well informed of my craziness, and everything came back normal. It was freaking amazing. We're going to review this report probably on tomorrow's stream. I don't think I'll get to it today because I want to review it some more. The local doctor here in Honduras, the one that had to struggle to get 30 milliliters of blood out of my veins. But everything came back great. I want to put all these numbers into my blood spreadsheet, and then we can discuss it on tomorrow's show. I'm very fascinated by this. In the meantime, let me real quick. What can I show you guys? Because I got to take screenshots of my last night's sleep. I haven't seen it yet either. We're all going to be surprised together. I can't wait to see my sleep stats. So excited. Actually, life is exciting. Like you have no idea how good water tastes. Hey, Villa Week, man, I meant to give you a shout out. I see you in the comments right there. I'm not sure what you said. I'm going to highlight your comment. Thank you, Tone, for motivating to do a 5-2 dry fast. I really want to go here. We're going to talk like this week or next week. Villa Week, Croatia. I have never been to Croatia. I always wanted to go to Croatia. I want to go diving in Croatia. You guys have an amazing place there. Croatia Villa Holiday, but it's literally like Villa Week. Here it is. You guys do an event there. I do struggle with your website a little. In my calendar, I have a more proper link, but yeah, we're gonna work out a date, and then I'm gonna announce when I'm gonna be there, and then hopefully people will come join. We should do a health and wellness retreat there. I'm down. I'm down to come into the villa and like hosting this. I don't want to host a dry fast. I mean, maybe like a 1 day or a 2 day. I'd rather have people enjoy themselves and not be miserable. Because guys, on that day 7, I felt like I could not go another hour. Like I don't know how they experimented with people for 21 days of dry fast. I don't know how that's possible, but it's possible. And 11 days is actually recommended to cure some diseases. But anyway, shout out to Villa Week, big supporters of me, and I need to get out there and hang out with you guys. We'll do a health and wellness, longevity and fitness retreat over at your awesome villa. Okay, let me pull up. What is that? All right, that's what I look like. Oh shit. Okay, so this is what I looked like yesterday. I could not believe it. I kept my arms like this is. Look how weird this picture is, right? Like if I covered this, right? Like let's zoom in. Not that I want to zoom in on. Like look at this. If someone showed you this, right? You're like, oh man, this guy's got muscle. But then you look at this and you're like, what the fuck? Like you can see my ribs. This is insane, right? Completely insane. So I'm gonna go off screen share. I know the lighting's not good, but man, I look so much better today. So this is what I look like today. This is significantly better because I've put on 5 pounds. I've already put on 5 pounds. I have at least 5 more pounds to put on. So probably what's today? Today is Saturday. Probably by Monday, I should easily be back to 140 pounds, which is only down 10 pounds from when I started. And look at this. I still have my muscle. I didn't lose the muscle. So talk about a crazy way to cut. Now, you didn't have to do a 7-day dry fast to cut. 5 days would have done it. So we're going to talk about, I know I forgot to ask Dr. Dunning on like how often people should do this stuff, but I have the answers. Well, these are kind of my answers. I sent those answers to Dr. Dunning and I want him to confirm, but I'm pretty sure I know what the answer should be. I think my stomach is going to look a lot better with 5 more pounds because right now you can still see my ribs and I don't like that. Like I don't want to see my ribs. So I probably have like 5% body fat or something at this point, which is not healthy either. So we're gonna put together a proper protocol because like 7 and I want a little more than 7 days, 7.5 days. That was extreme. That was in hindsight. I mean, I've done stupid shit in my life, but that was pretty extreme. Wait, let me go back to screen share. Yeah, that was pretty extreme. Okay, it's like a kid on a Christmas morning. Let me go to my Whoop band. I'm looking at it for the first time. I have no idea what to expect. And I got 8 hours of sleep, guys. Imagine the prior 3 nights, I couldn't sleep at all. And bam, last night I passed out. I'm gonna take screenshots right now with my phone of the sleep stats. Then I'm gonna DM them to myself, and then I'm gonna show them all to you. Boom, boom. Let's do this. Over 4 hours of restorative sleep. Amazing. Wow, those are amazing ratios. Freaking awesome. Sleep consistency went to hell, but I don't care. Who cares? Zero high stress sleep. Excellent. Wow. Sleep debt cut by an hour and crushed it on restorative sleep last night. First day back out of the dry fast. That's the consistency, hours versus needed. And I'm going to zoom in on the hours versus needed because I just hit. Hold on. Oh, wait. I need cumulative. 3. Okay, that's 4. 13. All-time high. Not all-time high, sorry, but close. Since September. The most since September. Wow. The most restorative sleep since September. I'm going to take screenshots of this as well. I'm going to DM them all to myself, and then I'm going to show them to you. Whoa, that is awesome. Absolutely awesome. Okay, here we go. Let's do it. Here is my, and by the way, thank you so much for those that are purchasing the Whoop band through my link. It doesn't have to be a Whoop band, like I said. I think the 3 best companies are in no particular order: the Whoop, the Oura Ring, and the Garmin watch. I don't like wearing the ring. I just don't like rings on my fingers. So for me, it was the Whoop because I'm waiting for a new version of the Garmin watches, and I'm going to get the diving version. So I'll be wearing both for a while. And if the Garmin watch sleep stats are not as good as the Whoop, I will have to continue to wear the Whoop. But if I'm able to, get everything I need from the Garmin watch, I will end up switching from Whoop to Garmin. Here is my sleep score, 74. My recovery was up to 56. And, well, obviously no strain because I just woke up. Yesterday's strain for me was all the way at like 11 something just from doing nothing. You can see I got 8 hours of sleep. So we're going to replace this picture. And now we're going to get to the interesting stuff. Now, the reason why my sleep score is so low is because of sleep consistency. Clearly, when you sleep 4 hours, then 4.5 hours, when you sleep 4.5 hours, then 4 hours, then 3 hours, and then suddenly you sleep 8 hours, your sleep consistency is going to get wrecked. So my sleep consistency is only at 58%. My hours versus needed went up to 82, and sleep efficiency, it was okay. I'll take it. You can see I fell asleep at 8:39 p.m. last night. I went to bed around 8:30, and I turned on my meditation, my 10-minute guided meditation, and I don't remember hearing how it ended, actually. So I think I fell asleep during the meditation. I just passed out. Here is the most important graphic. Put them side by side here. I was only awake for 1 hour, 38 minutes. That's actually quite a lot. But remember, I woke up at like 4 in the morning and I was wide awake. So I was like reading my medical report and stuff, going through messages, replying to a couple of people, and then I fell back asleep right at the end there. There was no alarm set, so alarm didn't wake me up. So look at my deep. My deep was 2 hours, 43 minutes at 27%. And my REM was 1 hour, 33 minutes at 15% but this is the percentage of total time in bed from the moment you fall asleep till the moment you got up out of the bed. So considering I spent an hour and 38 minutes awake, this 133 is a percentage of the actual time asleep. So this is very, very good numbers. I can't remember the last time I broke 4 hours of restorative sleep. So restorative sleep, 4 hours, 16 minutes. Amazing. Oh, I didn't break down the sleep. I'm missing those. I didn't do those screenshots. So hold on. I need 2 more screenshots because I didn't do those. I forgot to break it down. I'm always curious when I'm getting my deep and when I'm getting my REM. So this is one of the things I usually check. All right, let me just DM them to myself. Done. And now we're going to go grab those screenshots. So here's the breakdown. Here's my deep sleep. There's the deep sleep. You can see the moment I fell asleep, bam, right into deep sleep. Let me get the REM one so you can see them side by side. I wish they would color code all of them, so you can. I think the Aura Ring does a better job in displaying you. Like you have to look at them like one at a time. I wish they would do a better job color coding. Let's review this. So, you know what? Let me grab the next one as well. I think it will be better. Let me make sure my face isn't blocking it. Right, perfect. Okay, so here's why my sleep consistency is terrible because I fell asleep way early, and I woke up like way later than I normally do. But like I said, I was awake for like right here. This is when I was reading my blood report, and then I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'll fall asleep again, and I did. So right here, deep right into REM, right back into deep, right back into REM. Like there was a little bit of light sleep in between. Almost no wake events all throughout. And then I had another instance of deep and a bunch of REM towards the end. Nice. Slight wake events. Didn't really feel these. Oops, sorry. Slight wake events all throughout the night. Then I actually, like right here, I already had plenty of sleep. Like I could have gotten up at 4 a.m., but it was still dark out. Like what the hell am I gonna do? And I got an extra hour of sleep, so that's awesome. Here's the next slide. Considering how much time I spent asleep, that was only 1 hour of medium and 8:44 of low. That's great. Because remember, this is total time in bed. Total time in bed was over 10 hours in bed. Here is I would love to knock out my sleep debt tonight. If I can do this again, if I can get another 8 hours of this high quality sleep, my sleep debt would be back down to like 10, 20 minutes. Also, this sleep debt would be at like 4 hours. There is a cap. there's a cap on this. Like it doesn't go up forever. Like I've never seen this go beyond 2.5 hours. Like it just kind of caps it. But now I'm going back into normal territory. And here is the 4 hours of restorative sleep. Amazing. And now let me put that 4 hours of restorative. Um, let me put that 4 hours of restorative sleep into context. Here's my restorative sleep for the last month. So this is a whole month of restorative sleep. And you can see that I only broke 4 hours twice. I broke 4 hours on December 27, something like that. And then I broke 4 hours again on, that's December 26, 27, 28, 29. Yeah, December 29. And then December 31st, this one is the 31st. But remember, this is December 31st for the night of December 30th. So if this is December 27th, it's for the night of December 26th. So these two times I broke 4 hours, but this was higher. And if I go even further back, this is my entire life of wearing the Whoop. This is my Whoop historical stats, and we will have to zoom in on this because it's hard to see. So this is, I started wearing the Whoop in July, so this is 6 months of stats. So you can see my spike this month in January, and that spike was only surpassed 3 times, and all of them back in August. But remember, where was I in August? In August, I was at my cabin in PA, where I had full control of my evenings. I was, and I had the perfect evening protocol, so I was able to do really well on my sleep when this was in the beginning of my journey when I was really focused on that. So this is great, absolutely great. And there it is, new swing high if we're using trading terms. Okay, at this point, let me review your questions, and then we go from there. I'm gonna get off screen share for a minute. Wow, I look so much better now. Why can't I close that picture? Okay. Let me go back to the document. Okay. Let me review your questions, guys. A part of this is going to be Q&A. Water never tasted so good. Can't wait to shave. I want to go to the barber today. Life is good. Okay, why can't I scroll? What is happening here? My computer frozen? Can you guys see me? You guys see me okay? I'm going to check YouTube. Okay, here we go. I can scroll again. All right, let me review your live chat. Derek Gibson, healing my shattered tibia. Oh man, that sucks. Right now, thanks Stone for sharing. I've only done water fasts before. Yeah, I'm not gonna do water fasts anymore. I mean, Dr. Dunning has convinced me. It's either a dry fast or no fast at all. And we're going to talk about the schedule, actually. I'm going to talk about the dry fasting schedule that I plan to implement this year. Morning. This is Naveen. Name sounds familiar. Longtime follower, physician from the US. I'm wondering, how did you overcome the theoretical risk of dehydration, acute kidney injury, and UTI with dry fast? What's UTI? Urinary tract infection? Um, so that you're a physician. Excellent. So tomorrow I'm going to talk about this. Honestly, like again, this is my blood work on the seventh day of a dry fast. I know you're gonna take screenshots, but I can send this to you. But I'm gonna put all of these numbers into my spreadsheet. I'm probably gonna do that today, so you'll be able to see it. I was very confident that I would not get those things. That's how I overcame it. I was, you can see my cholesterol. We're going to talk about this tomorrow. Oh, wait, I'm not on screen share. Sorry. We're going to talk about this tomorrow. So here are my numbers. I'm going to, from the report, I'm going to put them into my spreadsheet. It'll be just easier to look at. My HDL cholesterol dropped like a stone, which is not a, I don't care. I'll bring it back up easy. Everything came back good. Like you can, like even in a doctor's report, everything was normal. I just had confidence that none of those things are going to happen. That's how I overcame it. It was, I just had confidence that, and I have my urine as well, by the way. So I have my urine report here somewhere. That's my urine report right there. Right, massive ketones. Um, right there, those are your ketones, and a huge amount of like protein secretion, and everything else was pretty much normal, completely normal. And I have the even like the doctor's notes, not this doctor, but had a good chat with say with I keep calling him safety. Had a good chat with Ahmed Amus. Yeah, if you guys are looking for a consultation on health, hit him up. Uh, yeah, so I just had confidence that my blood work will be fine. What benefits are you expecting from this dry fast? Great question. Uh, I discussed it in episode 0 of the series, like the first episode of the series. We're gonna get back to that one. Yep, more bone broth later, absolutely. Tone, after I'm gonna leave your question up so we can address it right after. Tone, after the dry fast, thoughts on cold plunges? I'm a little sensitive to everything right now. I walked outside. It's Caribbean. It was kind of cold. I have a pool outside, and I'm like, nope, not today. Maybe next week I'll do a cold plunge. I do like cold plunges. By the way, tomorrow's episode is going to be on heat exposure and cold exposure, so we can talk about it tomorrow. Thank you, Tone, for motivating. Oh, yeah, that's the Villa Week. I already showed that one. How much cash to bring? What? I don't know how much cash you need to bring to Russia for a 2-week visit. Last time I was in Russia was like 2016 or something, or 17. Last time I was in Ukraine was 2019. You bring less cash to Ukraine. Everything was way cheaper in Ukraine. I have no idea. Hey, Tone, wondering how you are feeling in emotional perspective. I'm feeling great. Absolutely great. Could not be happier. Life is amazing. Yeah, I got to double. I'll Villa Week. We'll DM about the harvest of olives. Maybe not this year, but maybe next year. It depends on the timing. Can we talk about Russia when I cover Russia Ukraine again? Um, I did a 24-hour dry. Uh, was what? Puking afterwards. Even though that's so wow. That's weird. It's just 24 hours. I mean, you dry fast for 12 hours every day when you go to sleep. So I change your dietary habits. Like get off refined sugar and processed foods, and like when you have a clean diet, a 24-hour fast should be a breeze. I do not have an explanation. Link to the meditation. Meditation is so person specific, and the 10-minute meditation I have is it's not out there in the public domain. I can show you the public YouTube channel that did it. I don't want to search for it right now. What the hell is the guy's name? All right, hold on. I'll give you his name, but unfortunately, this particular 10-minute meditation is not on his YouTube. No, you got to find your own. I can't recommend meditation. That is very person specific. It's whatever works for you. That's why I'm not going to recommend anything. Um, let me see here. Let me see what the guy's name is. I think it's Sam Knight. Uh, Sam Knight. So here, the one I listen to is Sam Knight Meditation, but I went through his YouTube channel. So I went through his YouTube channel to find, this is the wrong Sam Knight. Holy shit. Not that guy. What the hell? Maybe it's this? No, I need the YouTube channel. Like, sorry guys. I can't even find his YouTube channel. Yeah, here. I think this is it. No. I can't help you. Sorry. Well, I found this YouTube channel. I went through it. I couldn't find anything on his YouTube channel that was appealing to me, except this one video from a I watched like a private Zoom. I can't even find them anymore. Anyway, I just have one that I downloaded just to myself, and I just resonate with what he says in those 10 minutes. I really listen to the same one. It's probably bad. I'm already like tuning it out. I gotta find another one. I mean, this looks like it's the right one. But where's his channel? I don't know. Sorry, guys. I'll maybe on tomorrow's stream. I don't want to be searching for this on live air. It could take forever. Um, Karos watch is similar quality to Garmin. It's not about the quality. I need air tank integration for diving. I also want to know my heart stats while I'm diving. Tom, can you please share how did you exit 1 and 3 day dry fast? If it's the same protocol as 7. No. 1 day, 24-hour dry fast is like my noise normal. Like I just could move on with my day. A 3 day dry fast, you exit the same way I'm exiting now, but you can do it a little faster. Like you don't have to wait as long to chew some food. So it's similar. It's just not as the exit is the same. It's just that the slowness of the exit doesn't have to be. You don't have to exit it as slowly. You know, on a three day exit is like today. I would already be eating solid food, but I'm waiting till tomorrow. So just everything is just prolonged. The longer the fast, the slower you exit. But how you exit is the same. It's just the speed of the exit can be a little faster. Someone unsubscribed. Awesome. Thank you. Please, if you don't like my content, please unsubscribe. Please unsubscribe. I actually don't want to deal with trolls. If you don't like this content, I want you to unsubscribe. I never want you to watch me again. It would make my cortisol level so much lower than because I see, unlike other YouTubers, unlike other content creators, they want numbers. They want to pump those numbers up so they can make more money on pumping their numbers up. I don't want that anymore. I actually like it's great having 100,000 subs because when I tell this to people, it impresses them. But as far as viewership, I only want people watching me that actually want to watch me. Like I would rather have 100 views on my videos, but all the 100 people are watching me and are happy, than getting 10,000 views on my video with 5,000 people leaving angry comments. See, I don't want that. I don't want to deal with that. I'd rather have 100 viewers who actually like me. So if you don't like my content, please, I'm begging you, unsubscribe and never turn on my YouTube channel again because I have no intention of profiting from any of you watching me. Like, that's not my goal. Like, I want to build a villa, build a restaurant, build a little health and wellness, longevity retreat center. And the 100 people that are watching me will come and have a great time. And people that don't, I really couldn't care less. All right. Pierre, received your whoop yesterday. It's going to take a while to get used to having something on my wrist. So I like wearing, I recently switched to wearing mine on the inside of my wrist instead of the outside of my wrist because I think it has slightly better stats. So that's how I wear it now. I've been meaning to get a bicep band so that it's not on my wrist and it's like on my bicep. But I haven't gotten around to it yet. And Pierre, if you can DM me on Telegram, I'll send you a link to my group on Whoop, and you can join my Whoop group. But I don't know, on my phone, on the app, it's like it acts up. Like there's like a group chat there, but I don't get the messages. It's weird. But you can see, you'll be able to see my stats, and I'll be able to see your stats. Thank you, guys. Oh, Four Flies. Hey, shout out to Sammy Loyal. Good to have him get his YouTube channel back. Mr. Mandelson. Okay. Oh, I think I know who that is. Follow Justin's World Crypto Network with Jimmy. Been carnivore 3 years, but never done blood work. You should do blood work. Can you provide the bloods you had tested for download? So you probably missed my prior streams because if you look back at the series, there's a whole episode on blood work. And I give you a link to this spreadsheet that shows you all my blood work. See, I got to enter the fasted blood work. So insert one column left, right? So this is 7th day fast, 7th day dry fast. I'm going to enter my blood work here. You can see my blood work going back to December 24. And I should probably put a link in. And in that video, there is a link to a company called Function Health with who I do my blood work. Please use my affiliate link. Actually, guys, I just got a notification from Function Health. They are removing, you know how I said if you sign up for Function Health, I get $100. This only costs you $360, and I get $100 one time. They're changing that. They're dropping it to $25, which really sucks. But if you sign up for Function Health, if you're thinking about signing up for Function Health and you do it, this week, what's today's date? If you do it in the next 3 days, I will still get $100 from your sign up. Otherwise, I get $25. That they're lowering the affiliate link to $25. Like, it's not even worth it for me to mention the affiliate link at this point. Like, at this point in my life, I don't need $25. Like, I don't need to beg for $25. Like, I'm sorry, I don't want to sound like a conceited rich guy, but like, asking people to use my link for $25 is almost insulting. It's insulting you and it's insulting me to get $25 by pimping an affiliate link. I'm gonna actually remove the affiliate link. Actually, no, I'm not gonna remove the affiliate link because you will also save $25. So maybe I'll keep it just, to let you save $25. Actually, let me rephrase that. I can survive on I can survive without your $100. If you sign up in the next 3 days, you will pay full price, but I will make $100 off your sign up. If you wait until after January 20th, which is 4 days, and you sign up in 4 days, I will only make $25, but you will save $25. So if $165 is something like, man, I don't want to spend $165, but $365 on your blood work. But for $340, because they will give you a $25 discount, $340, I need to save the $25. If $25 matters to you, then wait till January 20th and sign up with my link. I hope the same link gives you a $25 discount. I will make less money, but that's fine. Like, it doesn't change my life whether the referral fee gives me $25 or whether the referral fee gets me $100. Like, it's a one-time thing from your joining Function. Like, to me, it doesn't matter. But to you, you will save $25 by waiting 4 more days on Function Health. So I would rather have you sign up for Function Health and get your blood work done than me making $100. Like, I don't care. So just go for it. You absolutely need it. I think this is a must. And they'll give you $25 off if you use my affiliate. They should have kept it like them. It's a one-time fee, like to people promoting you. It's kind of crazy, but it's also dirt cheap. I can't believe it's this cheap. It's unreal how cheap it is. So if you go back to, this is our current video. Also, it's in this video description as well. Just check the description. Like, here it is, Function Health right there. Function Health, and if you go, and there's also, I added the playlist. If you go to my YouTube channel, and you click on playlists, actually you just scroll down. You can't click on playlist, but you can scroll right there. So this playlist starts, you should start from in order. Like, I'm doing these in sequence. And the one you want to look at is blood work, where I spent 2 hours talking about my blood work in detail. Not every biomarker, but almost every biomarker discussed in detail and how I interpret that blood marker. And all of this data is Function Health. This is from FitScript, and I'll talk about FitScript in a different video, but FH is Function Health. Okay. Thanks, guys. Let me go back. Grow back the old haircut. If I had time, I would look into regrowing my whole head. I don't even know what I would look like. I like the shaved head. No, no, I was peeing less and less with every day. Uh, my peeing was declining with every day. I peed twice in the final 24 hours, and it was not like large amounts. Honestly, I think that I think you had an electrolyte imbalance, within 24 hours. You need you need a good electrolyte balance. Even on the 7th day of the dry fast, I had my electrolytes checked, and I was still in balance with my electrolytes right there: sodium, potassium, chloride, calcium, and magnesium. I mean, they're in Spanish, but I mean, it's easy translations here. And everything was still in line. Now, I'm in line with the doctor's range. I'm not sure if I'm in line with my range. So, sodium 144.8. Oh, sorry, I'm not on screen share. Sodium 144.8, potassium 403. This is actually important. 144.8, 403. So, if I go to my spreadsheet and I go to electrolytes, sodium, wow, my sodium went up. Oh my God. How is that possible? Like, look, this is the highest sodium score I've had in 2 years. And I was on a dry fast, so no food and no water. And look, my sodium level spiked. My last reading, I had low sodium. I eat salt all the time. And now I go on a dry fast. And on a 7th day, before I had, remember, I did the dry fast while being fasted into the 7th day, not after I broke the fast. The blood work was before I broke the fast, and my sodium is up. Jesus, I did not think that. I thought it would crash. 403 on potassium. Those are the most important two: sodium and potassium, and magnesium. Sorry, magnesium is very important. 4.3 or O 03? Thinking too much. Wow. I am surprised. 4.03, so basically 4. And then magnesium 2.3. I want to check that. Magnesium 2.3. Where's my magnesium? Oh, that's low. Okay. So magnesium came back low. Why? Oh, hold on. Control Z. Why is there a reference range telling me that I'm normal? That's strange. Maybe the units are different. I need to put these side by side. I'm sorry, guys. Hold on. Otherwise, this is going to take forever. This will take forever otherwise. Oh, no, wrong one. How do I have too many tabs? I have too many tabs. How do I? So strange. mg per dl. What are they using? mg per dl. Oh, little. They're using little l. They're using a different. They're in different units. I have to convert. There. No, no. That's still weird. Why there? Is it the same? Deciliter, but oh, they're in, yeah, n mole per liter, Uh, chloride was chloride was 104.2, and calcium was 8.5. See, the units are the same, mg per dl, but this one is mg per little dl. So they're saying, but look at their range, right? See, their range is very different. My range is 4 to 6.4, and their range is 1.9. This is the doctor range. There's a tone range, but we're comparing doctor range to doctor range. 1.9 to 2.5. This could be a unit issue. I will need to investigate that. That could be a unit issue because, as you can see, 4.0 should be around 1.9. So it looks like it's double. So it's around double. So if I approximately double this, I'm in normal range. So I'm smack in the middle of their range. At 2.3, I'm on a little bit on the high end, but within doctor range. So this is probably around 6. This is probably around 6 based on, ratios of the range. And now I could also get the ratio here. And look at that. Look at this ratio. Smack in the middle of my range. And this is great. Like my electrolyte, I was in full electrolyte balance. Full electrolyte balance. Slightly above range for me because my personal range is a little picky. But I'm within range of doctors. Like if I did this blood work and the doctor didn't know I was fasted, he'd say I'm fine. Awesome. Chloride levels went up. Sodium levels went up. Potassium levels slightly fell. No big deal. Calcium levels slightly fell. But the irony is my calcium was running on the high side anyway. Interesting. See, I even came back high for calcium at 9.8. Well, high within my score. Doctor's score, I'm fine. What was their range on calcium? Wow, that's good. It's good. It's good. I'm preparing to dry fast in April. Were there any surprises about how you felt during the 180 hours? I don't plan to go past 72 on my first try. Yes. Do not go past 72 on your first try. Holy shit. Do not go past 72 on your first try. In fact, on your first try, you may want to just try 48. On your second try, you may want to try 72. 180 hours was ill-advised. I took it a little too far. And I'm going to talk about that in a bit. Let me just finish with your questions. And there was a question I was supposed to get back to. This one. The benefits. What were my benefits? So we're going to get back to that. All right, where are we here? Also, I don't think I see your, sorry guys, there might have been super chats, but for some reason, I don't see the super chats in. I'm looking at your comments through reach. Oh no, there are super chats. There it is. There's the super chat. I'll show that in a second. On which day did I lose most weight? No, there wasn't a day. I was losing weight very consistently every single day. I was hoping though the weight loss would slow down, but it did not. It just kept going. It was a very linear weight loss. You can see it. I have my weight in every video description. So you have the weight on that day before the video. And it was very consistent. I was losing about 2 pounds a day. Was losing about 2 pounds a day, and in total I lost 19 pounds very consistently. Yeah, this series you'll have to rewatch it. I mean, I think I dropped so much knowledge. I think this is the greatest work I've ever done, and possibly the greatest contribution to society. Someone writes, I would recommend Sadhguru's Miracle of Mind app for 10-minute meditation. I'll need to remember that. I've never heard of it. Sand H Guru. I don't need it. I don't want an app though. Mind app. Maybe. Yeah, I do need to work on my meditation game a bit. I'll keep that tab open. I'll download the app later. Thanks. All right. Regarding dehydration concerns when fasting, your fat converts into metabolic water and CO2, thus protecting you from kidney injury. Thank you. Good to know. Modest, eat red meat and not much sugar. Oh, yeah. No. I have a plan. No sugar. I'm going to put together a dry fast exit guide. No sugar, no carbs, no gluten. I'm not even eating fruit for a few days. I'm trying to stay away from all carbohydrates. Oh, you had a headache. A headache is an electrolyte imbalance. You need an electrolyte balance. Satwise wrote on subscribe. You're uninvited from my barbecues in Pennsylvania, Satwise. All right, here's the super chat. Gran. I know who you are. We got to meet up at Observer Ranch in Colorado one of these days. Yeah, I know I look better with the shaved head. Okay, so here's a question. Do you highly recommend not smoking weed if going down the longevity rabbit hole? So what is the, let me think about here. I probably have, hopefully you guys find this funny. I think I have more of an expertise of managing a nuclear reactor than I do about anything related to weed. At least if someone puts me in charge of a nuclear reactor, I've had some science background like geology, and I've taken physics, and I've taken chemistry, and I've taken biology, at least some basic science courses in college on all the fields that a nuclear scientist would take in their first year of university. I've done that. I know nothing about weed, like absolutely nothing. I don't smoke weed. I've never smoked weed. Somebody gave me an edible one time. That was not a good experience. So I have zero comments on your question, unfortunately. And this is not a rabbit hole I'm interested in going down. I just don't do any substances. I've never done magic mushrooms. I've never done ayahuasca. Like alcohol is the only drug that I've participated. I've never done cocaine. I've never tried cocaine. I've never tried heroin. I've never tried crystal meth. Like I've never tried anything related to substances other than alcohol. So I have no comment. Dehydrated serum sodium goes up. I'll take your word for it. Fountain of youth. I hope so. I actually didn't know if my sodium was going to go up or down with dehydration, but good to know it went up. Na levels is a sign of being volume depleted. Serum sodium becomes more concentrated. Okay, interesting. Um, Someone writes, been following you since 2017. Thanks for the series. We need more health in the world. Yeah, I agree. I wonder if sodium goes up because you got, yeah, it clearly does. So you have less sodium in your body. Well, no, you have a more bigger concentration of sodium because you're dehydrated. So coffee is a substance. I don't drink coffee. Um, I drink coffee on special occasions. I drink coffee the way some people drink alcohol. I drink coffee like I drink alcohol. Only in social situations when I'm out, like when people say, "Hey, Tone, let's go grab a drink. Well, let's go catch up and grab a drink." Um, that's how I drink alcohol. That's also how I drink coffee. Like someone has to invite me for coffee for me to drink coffee. And the only reason I would even have coffee in my house is for other people, not for me. And people that don't drink alcohol sometimes have alcohol in their house for other people, just to be nice. That's how I am with coffee. Hi, your biggest contribution to me was knowledge to study from shitcoins. Very grateful for you. Thanks. Awesome. No, thank you. Okay, now let's get back to that question. What am I looking to get out of this? Which is a great question. Um, where did that question go? There it is. Okay. So I did not need to lose weight. So I was not dry fasting for weight loss. So let's start there. Um, though you can get weight loss benefits from dry fasting. I did not. Now, if you look at the book, actually, I'm going to go back to screen share. Here is August Dunning's book. Okay. I don't know what page it would be on. So there are two benefits to fasting. And by fasting, I now assume I'm saying dry fasting. There is rapid weight loss, and it's supposed to help cure disease. Now, I didn't have any disease to cure. However, one of the main reasons why I did this dry fast, it was twofold. So here, this is a list. This is Shenikov's list. There's two Russian doctors that did a lot of. So this is what the Russian doctor claims a dry fast. I don't want to use the word heal, but really resolved, relieved. Let's use the word relieved. I'm gonna go 190 here. Okay. So conditions. I don't want to read all these, but feel free to screenshot this, or even better, go buy the book. And so this is one list from one Russian doctor that did the main experiments on dry fasting. And here's the crazy part. Let me drop this down a bit. Control F, 21. There. Dr. Shinnikov tested the technique on himself first. He repeatedly performed 7 and 10-day dry fasts and even experimented with a 21-day dry fast. Through his research and supervising dry fasts on thousands of patients, he discovered that an 11-day dry fast is the optimal length of time to cure all conditions, and that no further health benefits are achieved by fasting longer. And reference is number 29. We can go to the end. We can look at reference 29. And if you are curious, here, damn, 29 right there. Oh, it's a link. Let's go. Doesn't work? That sucks. Shit. Oh, this is in Russian, right? So, suhoye means dry. Uh, Голодание means starvation. I'm just translating straight from Russian. Uh, По, by, Shikhanov. Okay, so that's the book, but I'd have to type it in Russian or I'd have to say it in Russian I mean, that's probably his book. It's probably the English version of his book. Um, I mean, I'm sure it's good. I'll let Dr. Dunning know that this link doesn't work, but you guys get the point. Okay. So then there was another one, right? So then if we go to Filanov, I can't spell, guys. We discussed that on a prior episode. Oh, there's another list. Filanov, yeah, there he is, the other doctor. Okay, so he's the other Russian doctor that experimented with dry fasting, and this is his list of health conditions that are relieved or helped by dry fasting. So here's another list for you. So I did not have conditions, right? So why am I doing the dry fast? I did it for two main reasons. One is to clear any parasites in my body. Is it a guarantee that a dry fast kills any parasites? I don't know, but I can't think of a better way to do a parasite cleanse than starving the parasites of food and water. I know there are all these parasite gurus that make you drink, like celery juice or some other crap. I don't think any of that is actually proven to work. I think it's just gurus trying to get views and trying to make money. I personally can't think of a better way to kill any potential parasites living in your body than to starve them of food and water. That was one main reason why I did the dry fast. The second main reason why I did the dry fast is I believe Dr. Dunning and his book when he says you get a stem cell activation on days 5 and day 7. Now, this is why you don't have to go to day 7. But you get a second stem cell release on day 7. So I went into the second stem cell day release of day 7, and I made sure that it's day 7 by going an extra 12 hours. Okay? But you get a stem cell release on day 5. And I was shopping around for a stem cell clinic to potentially do stem cells, but that can cost anywhere from $10,000 to $20,000. If you find a stem cell clinic for $5,000, you're probably getting scammed. So stem cell, a proper, and we can do a whole episode on stem cell clinics. I've visited several of them. I've had consultations with doctors. I had a consultation with doctors, so I know a lot about stem cells. Okay. So this is a free way of activating your stem cells. Those are the two main reasons why I did the dry fast. And there are all these other small benefits. You go into autophagy, you clean out old cells, but these are the minor benefits. You can achieve some of those benefits with a water fast. You just have to water fast for longer. But I think that answers your question. Okay, a few more questions, and then I want to talk about something. Tone, how do you feel spiritually after your fast? I'm not a crazy spiritual person, but what was really cool was on that last night, my final night when I couldn't sleep, I walk outside, I look at the stars, and I just say to myself, it would be so awesome to see a shooting star. I have not seen a shooting star since I was like a kid out camping somewhere one time. And bam, a shooting star just flies across the sky. That was so freaking awesome. How much movement you made when fasting and how much intensity? I was trying to walk between 3 and 5,000 steps a day, and the intensity was high because I was tired. Like I didn't want there to be any intensity, but the area that I'm in, it's a little hilly. I tried to avoid even walking uphill. I only went up one flight of stairs, like for one floor. Like the intensity was like basically towards the end of the dry fast, I it was I was moving like an 80-year-old basically. Like if an 80-year-old walks up one flight of stairs, they will be winded. Uh, that was me. I'd walk one flight of stairs and I'm like catching my breath. It was not easy. Like towards the end, it was not easy. So the intensity was difficult by default. Basic movement was starting to get intense. Will I ever do it again? Great question. Great question. This is what we're going to talk about. But before we do, I want to come off screen share. I want to slide something over. So I emailed this to Dr. Dunning just for approval. He hasn't confirmed yet, but I'm pretty sure he will. So I'm going to copy and paste this into my Word document for you guys. And then I'll go to screen share right here. So will I do it again? So this is what I emailed to Dr. Dunning today for approval. Now, 168 hours is 7 days, okay? So just be aware. 120 hours is 5 days. So this is 7 days. So you don't have to do the math. Equals 168 hours. And 5 days equals 120. Okay. There you go. So here is my plan for the year. I will be doing 1 to 4 short dry fasts on a regular basis. Now, when I say 1 to 4, if you're doing a 48-hour dry fast, you don't have to do it every month. But if you're only going to go 24 hours, I recommend every month. So if 24 hours is the most you can handle, then do it at least once a month. I may do a 24-hour fast once a week, actually. I'm sorry, this is a week, fast a month, right? Sorry. If you can only do 24 hours, maybe once a week, once every 2 weeks. If you can go 48 hours, you don't have to do a 48-hour dry fast every single week. That would be crazy, okay? So if you're going to go 48-hour dry fast, you can maybe do that once a month, okay? So the longer you dry fast, the less often you do it. I will probably, it depends on the week. If I go 2 weeks without a dry fast, I'll go 48 hours. If I remember, I'll try to go 24 hours once a week. So that's my monthly plan. So the longer this time period, the less often you would do it. Okay? So I think you guys get the idea. Now, once a quarter, so once every 3 months, I would push it to 3 days. Okay? So 72 hours is 3 days. I think that math is easy, but 72 hours. So 3 days equals 72 hours. 72H. Okay. So a 3-day dry fast once a quarter. So once every 3 months, try to go 3 days. And then once or twice a year, I will go 5 days. Okay. 5 days every 6 months. I mean, or once a year. Like at least once a year, you go 5 days. If you can do it twice a year for 5 days, even better. But at least once a year, 5 days. And then, totally optional and potentially unnecessary, maximum 7-day fast, like max one of these every 1 to 2 years. I do not want to do a 7-day dry fast in 2026. I have no plan for that. But I will do 2 5-day dry fasts in 2026. Okay? So I will do 2 of these in 2026. And by 2026, I mean like, January of next year counts, right? So I'll do one this summer. It's kind of hard because I like to barbecue. I will do a 5-day dry fast at some point this summer. And then I will do another 5-day dry fast at this time next year. Okay. I will do a 2-day, I will do 2 of these in, say, the next 13 months. Something like that, right? That's my plan. And will I do a 7-day dry fast again? I don't know if I'll ever do another 7-day dry fast. The last 2 days was a fucking nightmare. Okay. So definitely not till 2028. So maybe in 2028. Okay, for me. That's my dry fasting plan. Okay. Also, I may delay this one a few months, right? Like, because I just did a 7-day dry fast, I may, hold off on any dry fasting for a while. So I may do 24 hours like in a month or two, and then the schedule begins. So that is my schedule for future dry fasting. So I talked about this yesterday. So I was going number 1 multiple times a day. I was still getting up in the middle of the night sometimes to go number 1. So in the last 24 hours, I only had 2 number 1 stops. So on the here's how my last 36 hours went. I woke up, I went to pee. Then I was going to do blood work at 3 p.m. I held my pee for the second time so I peed at like 6 a.m. Then I went to the doctor at 3 p.m. and I was ready to give him a urine sample. at 3 p.m. But then we decided to do the urine sample the following morning at 6 a.m. instead. So I ended up peeing at 3 p.m., but not into a cup. That was a bigger quantity pee because 6 a.m. to 3 p.m., half a day. And then the next time I peed was around 5, 6 in the morning yesterday morning when I was breaking the fast on camera. And then the doctor stopped by my villa to pick up the urine sample because we're in a small place. I'm on a tiny island. So the doctor came to pick up the urine sample from my 5:30 in the morning urine sample. He picked it up at 6 a.m., brought it to the lab, and I had my results, and I had my results later that day, but I showed them to you earlier, right? So in the final 36 hours, I peed 3 times. I was peeing more often earlier on. As for number 2, I only had 1 trip on day 5. I only had 1 trip to the toilet for number 2 on day 5, and it was a small quantity, if that's not too graphic. All links are in the description. Yes. Someone writes, I do 7 or 8 days every 2 to 3 months. Is it too much? Yes. Jesus Christ. You do 7 or 8 day dry fast every 3 months? No, that is way too much. I would not advise that at all. All my blood work is linked in the video description. There is a spreadsheet. This is the spreadsheet. All my blood work, and it's linked in the video description. It has many tabs. The first tab is my workout. I did videos on this. Please go back and watch the other videos. If you're looking at my blood work without hearing me explain my blood work, it won't make any sense to you. You're not going to know what the hell does this mean. What is the tone-based optimal range? What is the optimal range? What is the conventional range? It will make no sense whatsoever to you. By the way, this spreadsheet will always be worked on by me. So you will always see changes here. You will see new tabs. You will see things change. As I improve my electrolyte mix, this is going to change. I should put the links to these things in. Also, just because I use it doesn't mean it's the best. I am a human that only has so much time for research. Okay? And you have to watch these videos to really understand what all this stuff means. Watch the whole series. Hey, Stanton. You did a 5-day dry fast in your 20s. Muscle loss is a problem in your 50s. Maybe. I mean, I didn't lose much. Is a 28-hour dry fast better than a 48 water fast? I believe that it is, but I think they're on equal footing. I think they are on equal footing. 24-hour dry versus 48-hour water. I think they're on equal footing. I can't pick this up. Let me reply to someone. I am going to wrap this up in a minute. Okay. How long have I been live? Hour and a half. Yeah, it's time to wrap it up. All links are in the description, guys. Links to the book, links to everything is in the description. I take a lot of time and effort to make those descriptions of the videos. So that answers the question, will I do it again? I will definitely be dry fasting as part of my normal lifestyle. Would I ever do 7+ days? Ask me in January of 2028, because I will not do one of these before that. I guarantee you that. I'm not doing one this year, and I'm not doing one next year. But maybe at this time in 2 years from today, I might do it. Let's see how I feel. Okay. For those who are wondering, this is all about investing. Tone understands the longer you live, the more you win. That is true. Compound interest. That is true. Thanks, Sammy. I hope you actually got your full channel back. Hold on. Let me click on one of these. Nope, not that. There we go. Sammy. 4 flies. There he is. Got your channel back, brother. Good friend of mine. Sammy Loyal. Yeah, we got to catch up. We'll catch up. Later, man. Okay. Now let's talk about one final thing before I leave you guys. The final thing is this. I put this together right before I started the dry fast because I knew it was going to come up. Okay. Here's a good video on what true motivation looks like. And it's about Kobe Bryant's life and how seriously he took basketball. There's a link in the description. So let's go through this real quick. I'm going to magnify it for you. There we go. Now, I put this together. So just keep in mind, guys, I did this in like 20 minutes. There's probably a million spelling mistakes. And I haven't thought this through. Also, I do not do this. I want to make it clear that my current lifestyle does not allow me to do this. Current lifestyle, I have to make it clear, does not allow for this. It just doesn't. Okay? Your lifestyle may allow you to do this. My goal is 3 years from now, this is how I live my life 3 years from now. Okay? Will this be a boring life? Maybe, right? But also 3 years from now, I'm going to be 50. So I am looking to settle down, start a family. Like, I want a boring life. I've had enough excitement in my life, trust me. Most of my, I've had enough excitement in my life, okay? Even without any drugs. So here's what a perfect week would look like for me, okay? Wake up 6 a.m., no alarm clock, okay? Wake up at 6 a.m. and I do my wake up routine. Watch the video in this series about my morning routine. I'm not going to get into it. I would link the video to this, right? So each one of these will probably be linked to a future video if I make a higher quality video or something, right? So here's what that looks like. Sun, electrolytes, mobility, some stretches. This is my morning routine, okay? Did a whole video. Video number 3 in this series was morning routine. 6:30 a.m., breath work, cold plunge, red light therapy, maybe, but at 6:30, I want to do cold plunge. Now, I plan to be retired, but this is a realistic one, right? Now, 7 a.m. is the first time I look at my cell phone. This is when you reply to messages and you have a journal and you make a plan for the day. This is your 7 to 7:30 in the morning. You make a plan on what you're doing that day. You answer some emails. You look at your phone. So that means you get up at 6, but you don't touch your phone until 7. Okay? 7:30 a.m. is my workout. Okay, I want to move my workouts to the morning. Right now, my workouts are around 11 or noon. Uh, I prefer to work in the morning. This is work, by the way. Doing this video is work. This is my job. It's a voluntary job, but it's work. It's fun work, but it's work. Depends on the trolls, right? Shower after. Just making it clear. Then I want my workouts to be short, 45 minutes, quick shower, and then breakfast. Obviously, if you have to cook breakfast, it'll be longer. If you don't have to cook the breakfast or it's super simple, it'll be shorter. I plan to have like a restaurant. I plan to build a restaurant and live above it. So I would just come down and my food would be ready. Okay. Breakfast, eggs, meat, avocado, no carbs. This is important. Now, at the moment, I do not eat breakfast at all. My first meal of the day is closer to noon or 1 p.m. I used to eat one meal a day. I no longer eat one meal a day. I now eat 2 meals a day. Okay. But my meals are lunch and dinner. And you will see that in the future how that changes. I did interview Jack Cruz. He made a good point about eating with the sunrise. 8:30 is not exactly sunrise, but there's no way I'm eating at sunrise. That's insane. Okay. For me. Now, after breakfast, I can begin my workday. And because my breakfast has 0 carbs, I will have 0 crash. I will not have a sugar crash. I will not have a glucose crash. Okay? I'm going to eat a fatty loaded meal and I will be good to start my workday. Now, my workday is different than your workday. I don't know what your workday is, but I wanted to make sure that this schedule represents a proper 8-hour workday. Okay, so anyone could do this. And if you can't do it, it's excuses. No matter what your job is, I'm assuming your job starts at 9 a.m. If your job starts earlier than 9 a.m., you adjust. Maybe you have to get up earlier. Maybe you don't work out before your job if your job starts earlier, right? Maybe you eat breakfast at work. Some people can do that, right? You can have your breakfast at work so your work starts earlier. You're commuting to work. Maybe you can eat during your commute unless you're driving. So there are other things to do, right? Then I'm working from 9 to 3 p.m. and I'm stopping every 10 minutes, mandatory 10-minute break for stretching, mobility, and posture, okay? And air. Remember, in the last video or the video before, I showed you guys, let me do this. I showed you guys my carbon dioxide detector meter, and that sits on my desk right next to me, okay? I want to leave my camera like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert a column left, and I'm going to make that column bigger so that you can see everything. There it is, okay? So if this thing breaks 1,000, I have to get up off my desk. I have to open a window. I have to go outside. I have to get fresh air. And while I'm doing that, I would do some stretching. Maybe I'll hang from a pull-up bar, something like that, okay? Again, ideally, you're working from home where you can control your environment. Ideally, you have a supporting wife or girlfriend that will cook you food. And then you don't have to spend the time cooking and you could continue working straight through, okay? There it is. If you're rich, hire a chef, okay? I like to cook. I consider myself a bit of a chef myself, so I really like to cook. If someone is going to cook my food, I would almost have to train them. Like, it's very difficult. Like, I prefer to cook because I'm pretty good at it and I want to control the ingredients. Anyway, you get the idea. You can hang this on the wall. So that's the work part of the equation. Then there is a lunch/dinner at 3 p.m. This is my final meal. My final meal is at 3 p.m. This is what I mean. This is impossible to do and have a social life. This is the perfect plan for when you're not interested in a social life. You don't want your life to be exciting. You want your life to be productive and healthy. Productive, healthy, and is a contradiction to an exciting lifestyle. Okay, this is what I want for my future in my 50s. If you can implement this in your 20s, amazing. Probably not going to happen. We can talk about a partier who can optimize his lifestyle, but the majority of my audience is older. Like most people watching me are in their 30s and up. Like that's my audience. So lunch, dinner. Yes, I understand that it's so early, but it implies no social life. Get the point. Carbs with this meal is perfectly okay. My favorite carb, sweet potato. Okay. Carbs are okay. Remember, I don't eat vegetables, but vegetables, carbs, just take it easy on the carbs. Okay. Then, very important, post dinner walk, more grounding. Sorry. I'm going to put earthing / grounding. Same thing here. Earthing / grounding. Afternoon sun. Okay. Now, if you can get some sun right before, during like earlier in the day, great. Not necessary though, but it would be nice spending some time in the sun, right? Right here, mandatory 10-minute break every hour, stretching, mobility, posture / sun. Also, I need to work on my posture. So posture is here. You may have good posture. Then you don't need it, okay? Sun, ideally your desk is grounded, so you're always earthing. Well, actually, that wouldn't count as earthing. Ideally, you're always grounded. We talked about that in prior videos. Then, after your walk, family time, free time, 4:30 p.m., that's family time. Play with your kids, do whatever. You can watch some entertainment TV. You could, this is free time, okay? And then at 8 p.m., your evening routine begins. And we talked about, there's a whole video on the evening routine, which I will probably link right into the spreadsheet. This is where you put on the blue blocking sunglasses. This is where you put the computer away. No more messaging. You're done. As of 8 p.m., no more entertainment, no more anything exciting. This is where you wind down for bed. You can listen to some podcasts. Maybe you can watch something funny, but no loud sounds, no flashing lights, no work. This is your beginning of your evening routine. Then by 9:30, you are in bed. At 9:30, lights out, like in the military, bam, lights out. You can listen to some meditation. You can read a book you can maybe still read a little bit, but I have reading in the wind down at 8 p.m. Reading or listening, okay? This is lights out, meditation, because you want to be asleep by 10 p.m., okay? Because the best time for your body to sleep is between 10 p.m. and 1 a.m., okay? And day 2 routine is identical to day 1. So we're not going through day 2. Day 2 is exactly the same, okay? Now, day 3, if you worked out, and the reason I say day 1, day 2, day 3 is because this could be a Monday, this could be a Sunday. Everyone has different schedules. Some people work on the weekends. Some people work on a weekday. It makes sense to work on a weekend because maybe you want to be fully free on a weekday so you can go to some appointments. Some businesses are closed, whatever, okay? Also at this 4 p.m. area, 4:30 family time, This is when you do your shopping. This is when you go out, go get a haircut, whatever, right? Um, Now, because I don't like to work out too many days in a row, the third day is recovery day. So you don't have workout, right? So the morning is all the same. The morning routine is the same every day. But now, right here, instead of at 7:30, instead of a workout, you have something light, yoga, stretching, maybe a massage. Again, it depends on your financial lifestyle, right? Depends on your budget. What do you do over here? So this is again movement, but you're letting your muscles recover. Okay, don't work out too many days in a row. All right, you got to stop. Oh wow, this is awesome. I gotta stop. So in one of the prior videos, I provided my cod liver sardine garlic lemon mix. You missed avocado. I really hope you put an avocado in there. The avocado really gives it some nice texture. And yeah, I absolutely love it. Don't forget, the salt and cayenne pepper, and you're good to go. Yeah. Uh, so this is your recovery. I hate yoga, but I know I need to do it. Okay. And the rest of the day remains exactly the same. The only change is this. That's your only change. Okay. I'll make it italic or something. Okay. That's the only change. Now, day 4 is the same as day 1 and the same as day 2. Nothing changes because now you're back to working out. You work out on day 4, you work out on day 5. Now, my workouts are not this consistent. Some days are different than others. Um, oh, you're allergic to latex and avocado. Shit. Okay, that sucks. Man, interesting. Never heard of that before. Sorry about that. That sucks. Yeah, totally doable without an avocado. Can think about another replacement. Maybe I'll brainstorm on another replacement for avocado in there. Um, you know what you should do? You know what you can do? You could hard boil an egg, not too hard, but hard boil an egg, and definitely like you can also add some egg yolk in there, but I don't know, consistency will change a bit. And so this week has a 4-day workout schedule: day 1, day 2, day 4, and day 5. Okay, so now we're back to the workout over here. Okay, they're the same, but if you skip a workout, do other mobility and stuff and movement. And here are your last 2 days. So this is kind of like the weekend. I'm treating recovery day as Saturday, and I'm treating a day off as Sunday. Okay. But for you, this could be a Monday, Tuesday. It depends on your schedule. So what changes for me on a Saturday? So on Saturday is the same as Wednesday. So let's say this is my Monday, Tuesday. Wednesday is the recovery day. Bam, that's the same recovery day. I sometimes work out 3 days in a row, but usually I like to take the third day off from working out. So now we're back to stretching, massage, whatever. Now, sauna. I missed something. On the recovery day, on the days that I don't work out, right here at 8 p.m., I added sauna. That's another difference right here. Oops. So sauna is added. Evening routine / sauna. So that's the other difference on recovery day. So recovery day adds a sauna. I don't do sauna every day. Okay. I like to do sauna 2 to 3 days a week. And sometimes I do a whole day of sauna. But if it's only like once every 2 weeks, I would go hard in the sauna. Like if anyone's watching this that's been to the sauna with me, you guys know how hard I go in the sauna. But the evening routine sauna, 1 or 2 sessions, 20 minutes each. So sauna is added on recovery day. I don't like to do sauna on workout days. Cold plunge, if as long as it's significant, as long as it's like before the workout, it's okay. It's like an hour or two before the workout, it's okay. And then here is the rest day. This would be my Sunday. Again, some people go to church, some people, have other commitments. If you are Jewish, for example, then your Saturday is your off day instead of Sunday. So your schedule changes. And the morning routine is always the same. Always wake up at the same time, cold plunge every morning, breath work every morning, asleep at the same time. Again, occasional day shit happens. People want to go out. I don't even have food here. I guess that's also the fasting day because I also want to fast. I want to do a 24-hour fast once a week, right? So this is the day you try to spend outside. Again, don't look at your messages till 7 a.m. Oh, all right, here, 7:30 a.m., there's no schedule. You can hike, you can sport. If not active, it's a good day for a fast. Like this is the main part here, right here, right? This is the main part. And the evening routine is the same. But during the day, your day is up to you. This is your off day. You can do whatever you like, okay? So this is my perfect week. And at the moment, it looks nothing like this. But in a perfect world, this is my week. Now, if I have time, I was gonna put together schedules. Here's what I was gonna do. I wonder if this is gonna be a cool experiment, guys. I was gonna go through each stage of my life, and if I had a time machine, what I would tell my younger self on how to live. So, for example, I would do a schedule while I was in high school. Like I have a good memory. I remember my daily schedule when I was in high school. How, with all the knowledge I have today, how would that schedule be different today? Then undergraduate. How would my schedule be different today if I was to go back in time and be an undergraduate student at the same university in the same major? I mean, I would have changed some of that stuff. But how should I have lived my 5 years of undergraduate school in SUNY New Paltz? Then there was 1 year off when I was a high school teacher. I may or may not do that because 1 year's worth is not worth the squeeze. Then I did 2 years of graduate school. How would that change? But that graduate school, undergraduate school, almost the same, right? So, and then my career, 10 years on Wall Street. If everything I knew about health today, I will show you my schedule of how I was living life when I was working Wall Street and how I should have been living life when I was working Wall Street in order to increase my longevity and be healthier. And then the last 10 years have been so hectic, being in this YouTuber and the crypto space and all that stuff. How should I have lived my most recent 10 years in terms of public speaking and all that stuff? What should have been the perfect schedule? So maybe I will go through that exercise if I find the time to write it all up. But this is my plan for when I am 50 years old, which is pretty close. One second, guys. Um, 1 second. Okay. That's it. Any final questions before we wrap this up? And tomorrow, on tomorrow's video, we're gonna go back to discussing my blood work from the dry fast. This is the blood work on the 7th day fasted before I took my first sip of water, and my urine as well. And we're also going to talk about saunas and cold plunges on tomorrow's stream. And then I think I'm going to wrap up this podcast series. All right, final look at your questions, and then we're going to call it a day. Do you go to Banya by any chance? Yes. Oh, yeah, no, we're going to talk about it tomorrow. I'm going to show you my favorite Banyas around the world. Yeah. Okay. Tone, what is the motivation behind living longer? Really? Do you have to ask? Do you want to see any specific event in the future? I have a wish. I want to see Haley's comment. I saw Haley's comment. Um, some, I mean, what would have been what? Like 15, 20 years ago? I was in high school, actually. I was in high school when I saw Haley's comment. It was in the 90s. Yeah. It was in 1996 or 97. I think it was in 96. It was really cool. Am I gonna make it to 2062? I mean, if Ben Davidson is wrong, I'll make it to 2062. One second. Okay. Oh yeah, I was gonna mention that. I actually was gonna mention that. I totally forgot. Thanks for the reminder. Let me go back to the spreadsheet. I'll show you guys the question. Uh, the best time to have sex to fit your schedule is as part of the wake up routine. Right after you go outside, right after you do this. So you do this first. Honestly, when I first started making this, I was actually gonna schedule sex in, but like right in here, right? I was actually gonna have it right before the cold plunge, basically. I was gonna put it in right here between wake up routine and cold plunge. There was gonna be sex, and yes, you can push everything further down a little bit for sex. That would be the best time. The best time for men. For women, it's probably in the evening. But here, so between wake up routine or part of your wake up routine and the cold plunge, and the second best time, or probably both, would be as part of your evening routine. All right, that's another option. Perfectly fine. But you asked for the best time. the best time as part of your morning routine, the second best time as part of your evening routine, or during a lunch break, right? Instead of, again, you need some exercise after your big meal. So instead of a post-food walk, there you go. That would solve the problem, right? If you do it outside and you're grounding at the same time with the sun, even better. Now you're checking off 3 boxes, right? You want to check off as many boxes as possible. When I brush my teeth, I'm outside, feet on the grass, looking at the sun. I'm checking off 3 boxes at the same time, right? I am brushing my teeth, I am grounding, and I'm staring at the sun, right? If you are in your bedroom staring at the sun through your window, you're not checking off a lot of boxes, okay? Then I go inside, I get my water with the electrolytes, and I go back outside looking at the sunrise with my feet on the sand or my feet on the grass. I'm checking off multiple boxes. I'm hydrating myself, and I'm earthing, and I'm getting my morning sunlight. Checking off all these boxes. So there you go. If you have a house with a backyard, you can check off 3 boxes. You can go have sex outside, get your little exercise, get your little exercise in right after dinner, while grounding and getting sunlight at the same time. Okay, so those are your options. I totally forgot to mention that. I was going to. Great question. Do I have any allergies? Yes. We talked about it in a prior episode. You can also see my food sensitivity. I keep going to the wrong spreadsheet. I gotta close that one. You can also see my food sensitivity here. If you scroll down on my blood work, if you scroll down on my blood work, you see my food sensitivity according to my blood. I haven't done a full food allergy panel, but this is it. I'm also very allergic to cats. I actually have a full allergy panel, but I haven't put it in the spreadsheet yet. I'm gonna add another tab here called toxicity, and it'll all be there. Allergies and toxicities. It'll be in its own tab. You're overthinking health. Just walk 8 miles a day and eat healthy. Yes, I've done that my entire life, but now it's time to optimize. We already talked about that. All right, I'm just going to go through your live chat and then we're calling it a day. No, I only did blood on the 7th day. I didn't do blood work every day. That's fucking, I wouldn't have enough blood. That's insane. Tone, what can I do with an 8 to 5 from Monday to Friday? Yeah, that's what it's designed for. You can. I am gonna adjust this for people that have an 8 to 5. Off topic. Apparently, someone just moved 10 Bitcoin from wallet believed to be linked to Satoshi Nakamoto. I doubt it. But I am curious if it moved the price. It would drop the price, by the way. If Satoshi moves his coins, the price would crash. So the price did dip. 7 a.m. price did dip. So maybe it's true. It didn't dip much, but price did dip. Wait, so it wasn't Haley? 1975? Fire financial independence, retire early. Yeah. I'm not sure what 1975 was. The last Halley's Comet was in 1975? So what comet was there in 96? What, I'm Googling this. What famous comet was seen in late 90s. Comet Hale Bopp. Shit. It was Comet Hale Bopp. That's the one. You're right. You're right. That wasn't Halley's Comet. I haven't seen Halley's Comet. Yep, 96, 97. I was in high school. I saw this one. Why is it tragic? Halley's Comet was last seen in 1986. Yeah, no, I didn't see it. The Bitcoin Center in Roatan is not staying dry. Sorry, Jeff. On the sex part, for conception or for pleasure? Uh, what's the no? Either. I mean, I have no idea what best time of day for conception is, but oh, it's best for your like optimized schedule. And look, it's for men, sex is better in the morning. For women, sex is better in the evening. We cater to women, so we tend to have more sex in the evening. Does that answer it? 3 a.m. quickie. I wouldn't do that. Raises cortisol. I wouldn't do that. I mean, I would do it. I do it, but um, but if you're only having sex once a day and 3 a.m. is your option, that's not a good option, right? Like if you have, let's say, leeway of when you're gonna have sex once a day, I would do it at like 6:30 in the morning. I also have cat and dust and pollen allergies. Yeah, I'm gonna put it in the spreadsheet. I've never been in a hyperbaric chamber. All right, guys. Yeah, that's funny. All right, guys. Thank you all for watching. Did another 2-hour episode. I feel great. I'm gonna have some bone broth. Hope this helps you live a better, healthier life. I know these podcasts are long, but again, I'm not trying to get more eyeballs. I'm just trying to educate all the people that have been following me for a long time. Thank you all for watching, guys, and see you all on the next one. Check out the YouTube description for all the links. Bye, guys.